What is up, Earthnoids, Spacenoids, and everything in between? I am just a simple new type. Today, we are taking a break from the original Mobile Suit series to focus on one of the side stories of the UC timeline. In this episode, we are going through MS IGLOO, the Hidden One-Year War. We will see a different side of Xeon, one where a group of passionate engineers are products of bad timing during war. One thing to note is that part 3 of this video will cover Odessa, which if you are following our Mobile Suit Gundam videos, you will know that we haven't covered this yet, so we will be jumping ahead a little bit. So let's get into the Hidden One-Year War. Earth feels confined to a space noid. However, the space noids feel like they have no place to go. A Papua-class ship docks with the Jotunheim experimental craft with a Salamis standing guard. Xeon is attacked by a Magellan-class Fetty ship. The Papua-class ship goes down. The Salamis protects the Jotunheim and holds off the Magellan. We are met with our protagonists, Engineering First Class Lieutenant Oliver May. The captain did not want to lose the Papua due to some experimental cargo ship. Special Operations Captain Monique Cadillac joins the ship and orders them to join the front lines to test various prototype weapons. They create the 603rd Technical Evaluation Unit. For the first mission, Xeon gives the Jormungand to the 603rd. Now remember from our Battle of Loom video, the Jormungand is a 150,000 kilowatt compressed plasma beam cannon capable of emitting Minovsky particle. While prepping the transport of the Jormungand, an all-hands alert goes off. Captain Cadillac informs the crew that Xeon is prepping for Operation British, but she knows very little details of the operation. Oliver asks himself what has it come to win this war. Operation British occurred on January 10th, and the captain mentions that the operation will take place in 72 hours, so this interaction most likely took place on January 7th. January 15th, UC 0079. The Battle of Loom kicks off. While the First Fleet goes into battle, the Jotunheim stays behind and waits for a long-ranged attack. The Jormungand deploys. The technical team has done all they could do. It is now up to the military leadership to finish. They load the first round. On the front lines, the biggest battle in UC history begins. Xeon is keeping a relatively close distance and haven't been given the order to fire. They do so anyways. The first shot disables a Magellan-class ship completely, but ultimately there are too much Minovsky interference mucking up the radar. The 603rd preps a second round. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Oliver goes out in a small vessel to get eyes on any subject. Jormungand fires another shot. As Oliver goes out to the front lines, from behind comes a fleet of mobile suits, including Shar, the Red Comet. He gives a message in Morse code to Oliver that a special team will handle it from here. Captain Cadillac realizes that they weren't really an important asset to the Battle of Loom. She suggests that they retreat. Suddenly, a Magellan-class ship attacks and hits the Jormungand. The captain of the Jormungand is the only crew member left. The captain of the Jormungand uses this opportunity to get one last shot off. He does so and destroys the assaulting Magellan ship. January 17th, UC 0079. Oliver gives his debriefing. He notes that the Jormungand shot 3 rounds with 1 hitting and destroying the Magellan. He notes its power, but recognizes that the mobile suits were clearly the direction that Xeon was taking. He notes that the Jormungand was never given orders and will never see battle again. April 29, UC 0079. Xeon is in the midst of its Earth invasion and planned to have total dominance of Earth by August. The 603rd is given orders to test the Hildorfer, even though it has been out of commission for 2 years. However, their mission is to leave it there after they complete their tests. Oliver meets with Major Sonnen. Sonnen was an artillery instructor who watched most of his class leave as there was more demand for mobile suits and less for gunners. He has tremors and he controls it with some random drug that's just called dope in this universe. Sonnen tried to be a mobile suit pilot, but didn't make the cut. Sonnen will be the pilot during the Hildorfer test. The YMT-05 Hildorfer is a mobile tank. It is a huge boy due to its giant fusion reactor built inside. This was before the miniaturization of the fusion reactor that you see in the ZAGLOO 2. Similar to the gun tank, the Hildorfer has a mobile mode that has a torso and upper body and can move really fast despite its size. It can support 120mm shells and has a shovel arm. Major Sonnen is certain that Zeon will mass produce the Hildorfer, but Oliver is hesitant to tell him the truth of the program. The dropship Komsai will drop them to Arizona. The 603rd will attempt to make contact with the 76th Fleet with the Hildorfer. Oliver and Captain Cadillac are commanding the mission and piloting the Komsai. The 76th Fleet meet 2 ZAGLOOs as the Komsai comes in. The 2 ZAGLOO destroy 1 ZAGLOO and take aim at the Komsai. These ZAGLOOs were taken over by Earth Federation forces. The Komsai launches the Hildorfer to lighten the load so they can land. Sonnen notes that they stole 6 ZAGLOOs. He uses his shovel arm for stability and takes aim. He takes out 1 ZAGLOO and disables another. They take cover. 1 ZAGLOO uses suppressing fire and they all push forward. The Hildorfer takes out 1 more. The Hildorfer switches to mobile mode and uses a machine gun to take out another ZAGLOO. Sonnen steals his machine gun and continues. The Hildorfer is stuck on a ZAGLOO. It uses its cannon to get out of the situation and destroys another. The ZAGLOO attacks. The Hildorfer uses its shovel to hit the ZAGLOO before taking it out. 1 more left. It limps away, but Sonnen is able to get the final blow. Sonnen is very injured. He reaches for his pills, but passes away in the process. Sonnen hoped that the Hildorfer would bring forth a new generation of gunners, but unfortunately this generation comes to an end. October 24th, UC-0079. 3 Papua-class ships travel alone. A Magellan-class ship unleashes some balls on the Papua-class ship. Now, we haven't really talked about balls at all on this channel yet. The RB-79 ball is a retrofitted version of the SPW-3 space pod, a civilian construction craft. They are super versatile and easy to refuel due to them running on fuel cells instead of the powerful fusion reactor. It has one 180mm low recoil cannon. It was initially going to be a part of Operation V, but its operations were put on hold and came out around the same time the GMs started mass production. Balls usually go out in teams of 3. The balls go out to attack the Papua, but suddenly a mobile suit attacks them. This isn't a ZAGLOO, however. This is a Zuda. The EMS-10 Zuda is a troubled mobile suit. It was created by Zimad, who also created the MS-09 Dom and the MSM-03 GOG. Zimad was trying to win a bid with Zeon to create the ZAGLOO-1. Zimad's prototype of the ZAGLOO was very unstable as it would disintegrate occasionally. It lost the bid to create the ZAGLOO-1 due to it killing people. Zimad fixed some of the issues and changed the cosmetics, and this is how the Zuda came to be. Or so we thought. Xeon News uses its best propaganda to praise the powerful new mobile suit. With the new mobile suit comes testing, and it is none other than the 603rd and Engineering Lieutenant Oliver who is in charge of said testing. November at UC 0079. The 603rd is testing the Zuda when suddenly the test goes horribly wrong and the pilot dies in an accident. It seems that the Zuda is still experiencing the issues it had when it was being produced as a bid for the Zaku 1. Technical issues lead to the mobile suit to disintegrate. Later, Earth Federation transmits a video about the Zuda and how it is reskinned of a failed Zaku 1 bid. They also mention that the Xeon forces are being driven out of Odessa. Immediately, the 603rd receives a distress call for all Xeon forces to abandon Odessa and head to Earth orbit. It seems that the EFF has the upper hand, and the Zuda already is seen as dead in the water in the eyes of the Feddies. Suddenly, thousands of Xeon escape pods enter Earth's atmosphere. Balls come out to attack the pods. There are ground-type Zakus trying to fight back, but in space, a ground-type Zaku is a floating duck. Captain Cadillac and Jean-Luc Duval head out in the Zudas, even though Oliver is concerned of it disintegrating. Suddenly, GMs come to assist the balls. The GMs notice the Zuda and laugh. However, Jean-Luc is able to hold its own. The GMs chase down the Zuda, but Jean-Luc is able to outpace the GMs. It is overloading. The Zuda disintegrates and kills Jean-Luc. Captain Cadillac is able to take out the GMs, but it is too late. November 10th, UC 0079. The Principality of Xeon abandons the Odessa mining facilities. The 603rd gets a transmission to abandon Zuda testing and simply use the mobile suits as defenses. 603rd, as much as they are a testing vessel, can't seem to escape this war. Lieutenant Oliver is disillusioned by what he has seen during testing, that he is unable to put words to his report. And that will do it for this video. In MS IGLOO, we see that Xeon forces were doing a lot in terms of mobile suit production. Most of these projects are products of poor timing. The miniaturization of the Minaski fusion reactor was simply too good to pass up, making the Jormungand and Hildorfer a product of a different time, no matter how amazing these weapons were. We will also see similar production issues from Xeon when it comes to the production of the Gelgoog, and perhaps if the production of the Gelgoog was rolled out earlier, perhaps Xeon could have held their own. That is a video for another day. But that will do it for us this time, new types. Remember, no matter how hard you try, there will always be a black swan event that makes your work irrelevant. Yay, progress.